Okay guys, so today I would like to show you how to replace the Blu-ray drive in the PS4 if it's damaged or if it's not functioning anymore for whatever reason you may have. Now this is going to be a quick tutorial that will show you how to fix it. This is a replacement drive I've purchased, and so yes, we'll be replacing it as some of the drives can't be repaired, so they need to be replaced. Now before we continue, I just want to let you know I had a lot of trouble purchasing this drive, especially from a couple retailers off eBay. So there's two retailers in particular who don't even know what they're selling. I would highly recommend you stay away from them and don't fund them because they don't know what they're selling. They're selling on someone else's behalf, and it's not right because I asked them in at least 20 times to ask them what drive was and what system it would fit in, because all I needed was the chip and the number that, you know, as it would say on the system board, not the system board, the daughter board on the drive, and they wouldn't be able to provide me with that. After I complained 20 times, they did put that in the description for the item. It was not there before I asked and complained, and they never told me. They just told me 20 times not to buy the product because it wasn't the right one, when indeed it was. So I'm going to tell you that now. Okay, and I'm going to show you who they were as well, so you guys can decide whether or not you want to purchase from them. But I would stay away from them as they shouldn't be funded. Okay, so if we go over to the computer right now and we take a closer look, this is the drive that's on for sale at the moment. This is not the one that I purchased. This is the name of the retailer who was trying to sell it. Okay, so now I'm going to go to another tab which has the product in it as well. As you can see, it's the same product, except the seller is just under a different name. So if you take a look, the only difference is a couple letters in his last name, well, in the part of the name. Instead of OA, in the other one it's AU. See? Okay? So if you see this guy, I would highly recommend you guys stay away from him because they don't know what they're selling. This is an online shop that's selling on for other people who actually take the product out of the device. So stay away from them, they're bad. Now anyways, back to this. So firstly what you're going to want to do is, and I'm going to just put this to the side here. Okay. So you're going to want to go and start taking apart the console. Now, this isn't too hard to do, of course, if you've ever done it before, so I'll put this aside. You're going to need one of your security screwdrivers. So my one's this one here. It looks like this. It came with my E3 flasher from back in the PS3 days. What we're going to do is you're going to turn it over. Now, your system might still have these warranty stickers here, but if you look carefully, I've taken them off. So, alright, so back to where we were before. Just put that down a bit. So if you look carefully, I've got one which is missing. That wasn't me, the person who had this before did that. One here, and one here. And we need to remove all three of these to get to the bottom half of it. So say pretend we took that one out, this one here as well. And put them somewhere safe where you're not going to lose them because they're important. Alright, so once you have all three screws out, I'm going to show you what you do next. So now what you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to lift the console up like this. Now be gentle from here, you can pry the bottom of it off, so pull the one side off first, and the other side, and you should see it pop out like that. It might need a little bit more force on your first time, as it did for me as well. And just put this aside, there's nothing to worry about, there's nothing that can break when you're doing so. Now as you can see, we're inside the system now. Alright, sorry, I just had to make sure the camera was focused for you. So what we need to do next is remove the power brick to get to the drive. So first things first, you're going to want to get your normal Phillips head screwdriver. This is the same one that came with my flasher, but you know, normal size one should do. And gently undo the screws here first. So these ones are really long ones, so have patience with them, take your time, pull them out slowly. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this one out here, because the next one that you need to take out is that one there. So you need the security screwdriver again for this one. So get your security screwdriver. I believe it's a Torx T8 screwdriver, just in case anyone was wondering. There's another one over here you wanted to take out, which I just did. And there's one more over here that you got to take out to get the power supply out. So once you remove all these 5 screws, and I want to be careful here, and the power supply is fairly hard to take out the first couple times, but you need to try and get your finger under this part here where this tab is. Yeah, I'll show you now. Over here, okay? And you're going to try and pull it up. It's very hard to do this, and you might break it if you're not careful, so be very careful. I pull it from this side first to get it out a bit, and then I try and pull it up from this side. As you can see, it worked for me. And then you want to be careful here. There's another cable. You need to pull this out from either the board or from the power supply. I'll pull it out from the power supply. It doesn't matter where you pull it out from. We're not going to the motherboard, so it'll be right. And just put that aside. Now we're going to go to the DVD drive. So you're going to want to remove this screw here. And then there's another one up here. If you look carefully, there's one up there where the antenna is. Here, sorry. And then another one here. Okay, so remove these 3 screws. Alright, now before we continue, you need to press this tab down here where the ribbon cable is and pull it out gently, like so. That'll remove it from the casing, or from the sister daughter board, whatever you want to call it. And now what we're going to want to do is, there's one more screw up here which you need to take out. If you take a look here, just use a normal Phillips head. Remove it, like so. Put that aside as well. Okay, now you should be able to just gently... Oh, actually, sorry, one more thing. You need to take out the power cable here. Okay, so done. Now you should be able to gently pull it out. So just be gentle with it, don't force it, of course. It'll get caught sometimes, so just be gentle and pull it out slowly. As you can see, it's a bit caught down here on the tabs where it's been held in place, so you can pull it out from under there where the power cable is. Okay. And now, what you're going to want to do is, we're going to want to take out the daughter board that's in here. And also, if you have any games stuck in the drive like this one used to, you have to take this part off to pull it out, to pull the game out. So just undo the screw, one here, and then there's one more up here in the top right corner. Pull this panel off, like so, and then you'll be able to get into the inside and just pull the game disc out, and then whatever you want to do with it, put it back on, chuck it in the bin, it's up to you. But the only important part from here is this board here, okay? So we're going to take this one off now. So just use your normal Phillips head screwdriver to do so. And just be very gentle with these screws, because you can strip them if you're not. And if you strip them, you're never getting them out or back in. And there's another one over here next to the other ribbon cable you have to undo. And these are the ones that hold the board in place. So now what you're going to want to do is take the other ribbon cables off. So I believe this tab should just pop up like so. The ribbon cable will pop out. So this one over here you can just pull out like, or pull the board up a bit and just pull it out with the tab. Some people use tweezers. I don't have any. Same with this one down here, just pull it out. And that's it, this is off now. And you've got the main part that you need. So let's go get the replacement drive now. So we'll unbox the replacement drive. I've actually just briefly looked at it. I haven't taken out of the packaging or anything yet. So I believe this is the one that I require to repair the system. If not, I'll be a bit upset, but we'll see how it goes. Should be the same one. Okay. So what we're going to want to do is take off this metal shielding here. For the time being, we'll put it back on, but for now we've got to take it off to expose the board. So let's do it now. There's like one screw in the middle by the looks of things, one up here and one here. So I'll take all three of them out. Alright, so now that you've got the metal shielding off, we can access the daughter board here, which is what we need to access. So be very gentle with this one because this one has the components that you don't want to damage. Okay, so gently lift this one up here. Okay, and pull that one out. Now you're going to want to pull this one out as gently as you can, or even if it makes it easier, take the daughter board off first, because that's what I find is a bit easier, so you can get a grip on it and pull it out properly. So pull that screw out, and the daughter board should lift off now. So just pull this one out gently, and then this one here, done. So this is your replacement daughter board, which you can't really use because it doesn't it's not married to the same PS4 system, therefore you can't use it, and you need to get the old one back. So this is the one we took out earlier, and we plug it in like so. So just drop it in there. Alright, pull the tab up. Now see, this is the one that you would know. This is where you would know if it was the right one, because it would not fit in here if it was not the right one. And my one fits perfectly, which means it looks like I've made the right purchase. Okay, so plug in this one as well, very gently. You don't want to damage any of them. Okay, and the last one over here, which is a small one, which you have to be the most gentle with because it's the most delicate. Alright, so seems like they're all in now. And what we'll do is we'll put that down. We'll put the screws back in to hold it in place. So just put this one in here. I believe it was. Yeah, sorry. If I remember right. Please don't hose me in the comments if I'm wrong. Alright, so put that one down in there. Now we'll get the metal shielding back, because you know everyone needs some metal shielding, right? Put that on top. I'll get the screws for the metal shielding and put those back on. So one goes in here. Just so you know that if you guys are wondering, this system had the issue where I wouldn't accept this because part of the driver had come out of place inside, so I wasn't able to spin both of the rubber things that suck in the drives. Now, the person who owned this system before me attempted to fix it and did a very bad job of it and lost the pieces. Therefore, I've had to go and spend this money to purchase a new drive, where I could have just repaired the old one if he hadn't ever done so. But, you know, it doesn't matter. He probably didn't know what he was doing very well, so here's how I'm going to do it. And now we're just going to go and drop the drive back in place like so. Just be careful with it and be gentle, and make sure you don't squash your any of your cables or anything like that when you're putting it down. Like so. Alright, now what you're going to want to do is plug this back in, so just pop it in gently. You can push it down or you can just pop it in, it should be fine either way. I'm going to lift it up now to hold it in place, because my one, like I said before, may have been a bit damaged by the previous owner. Okay. And once it's in, it should be fine to go there. And we'll go and plug this back in down here. So just run it underneath the ribbon cable like so, and be gentle again. Don't break it when you're pulling it up. Alright, and just plug it into here. Oh, make sure to make sure to get the cable for the the antenna underneath it so that it doesn't get stuck anywhere. And if you can, just put that back underneath the tab. If not, don't worry about it, don't be too fussed, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay, so that's all plugged in now. We're going to bring the antenna back here and put it on top, like so. Hope you guys can see that, like that. It's plugged in, and screw it back in. So now if you guys remember, this was one of the security screws. So put the security screw first into the antenna. Okay, and then we had a normal screw. Oops. We had a normal screw which went up here. So it was a smaller one. So it would be one of the flush flat head ones, not the ones with the round heads, okay? That's how you can tell them apart. Oops. I believe, maybe it wasn't. Let me just double check that for you. Yeah, I think it was. One of the flat head screws. It's just a bit hard to get in with this screwdriver. Like, it's an all-rounder, but it doesn't do the job very well for the small ones, you know. Maybe it wasn't. Take it out again. Try a bigger one. Well, I mean, I've got all these flat ones left around, but none of the round ones, maybe. One of these ones go here and one of these ones go there. Let's give it a try. So I'll put one of the rounder ones in here. See if that works. Looks beautiful. Seems like that worked fine. And I'll take this one out here as well. Oh, actually no, that one's fine. And I'll just put one of the small flush ones in here. Seems to be the flatter part anyways, it'll probably work better there. Whether or not that's where it came from. Doesn't really matter too much, I wouldn't worry. It's not like it's detrimental to it. Now we'll go ahead and put the security screws back in. So grab another one of those, put it in down here. If you can see, it goes down in here. So just put it in there. And you should see the drive caddy going back into place. And it seems like we've done everything for the drive now. So what we'll do is we'll go get the power supply again. So I've got mine here. And we'll just drop this one into place. So before you do that, make sure you plug in the cable from the motherboard back into the power supply like that. And just gently maneuver it into position. Make sure not to get the cable stuck for the antenna, and then drop it into place when you're ready, like so. Make sure to get those pins in place and everything.